Let me actually pull this tweet up from Dave Rubin because there's a lot more context in this. We have the tweet from Dave Rubin himself. He says, hey, Elon Musk, as long as you're digging, check into how New York Times, Forbes, etc. bought their Twitter followers to fake influence. New York Times has 53 million followers and rarely gets 50 retweets. I could post a banana emoji and a pic of an 80s sitcom star and get more. See next tweet. Okay, here is Dave's next tweet. It is an 80s sitcom star with a banana and has 7,718 retweets.
God bless her.
Now, Elon Musk responded, I noticed that. I noticed that too. Pretty weird. Everyday Astronaut says, conversely, for some reason, the last 2 days, my account suddenly got 30,000 followers a day, and we've done nothing different. It's far beyond our average 1 to 2K per day. You're not going to convince me that that is all organic. I responded to Elon Musk. So Elon said almost every media outlet on Earth wrote about me acquiring Twitter, causing a massive influx of new users. I just want to point out there was no influx on the Monday this was announced. Take a look at this.
So Social Blade is GMT, by the way. So that's London time.
Sure.
So just to take that in consideration.
Absolutely. And it's possible, I was saying that they calculate everything by like 5 p.m. That still doesn't explain how on the 20. So whoever's account this is, Everyday Astronaut.
Right. So 3 p.m. Eastern
look at the averages.
Would be what? 8 p.m.
On 424, 3,000. On 423,
come on.
3,000. On 425, 3,000. 3,900, 3,700. And then the next day, 30,000. I don't buy it.
No, you can't. I mean, that's what is that?
Well, the other way to check is...
A 10x increase?
Yeah. The other way to check is to check the create on date. So go through and look, because I've seen a lot of accounts that are created April 22 now with 0 followers. I have seen that.
Okay.
And some people were tracking on governors. Actually, a mainstream outlet, I forget which one, was looking at Governor DeSantis's account, and they saw that but it was only like 10% of the followers were created on in April 22.
So take a look at this. 424, it's 37. 425, it's 39. Now there's a gain of about just shy of 200 and 160. That can be explained by, it can be simply explained by Monday, more people are at work and they're on Twitter. But there's nothing... There should be a larger anomaly because it was 8 a.m. on the 25th when they said Elon was in final talks to buy this. Shouldn't there be at least a small percentage of conservatives being like, I'm going to follow an astronaut? I would think so. So I think there's something dirty happening. But back to Dave Rubin's point. Let me tell you what's going on with some of these accounts. For one, journalists buy fake followers. I know all about that. And the New York Times likely has... When you sign up for Twitter, they tell you to follow these people. It says follow these accounts, and then you'll just go boop, boop, boop. New York Times is probably one of the first recommended, and it's probably
I get that
why.
Constantly.
If you scroll back on so the way to check, people use this for identification purposes many times because typically some of the first accounts you follow will be geographically co-located.
Yeah.
So you might follow your local newspaper. Now, if you're in New York, that might be New York, but maybe you're in Minneapolis, you follow the Star Journal, right? Maybe you're in Nashville, maybe wherever you are, right? And so typically, if you scroll back on someone's Twitter followers, those are in sequential order. So you're actually looking at a timeline of when they followed each person. And in that time. So if you go back to the earliest ones, usually the first 2 or 3 are going to be like New York Times, CNN, or Washington Post, because that's what's recommended to you. In many cases, when you're signing up for your account, they require that you follow 3 before you can sign up, and they present those 3 to you.
Tim, how do you buy followers?
We just Google it. I don't know if you can still do it, but it was
Fiverr
big
used
for a
to
while.
have it. Remember that website, Fiverr?
How expensive is it?
Well, Fiverr's kind of they're a little bit more professional now. But it used to be like these Macedonian bot farms. And
I'll
stuff.
tell you, everybody accuses everybody else of buying followers, and you can't really track this stuff anymore. The bot farms have gotten really good at obfuscating this. What people used to do was track engagement, so they would look at a certain account and then run it through some program, and it would be like 75% of their followers don't tweet, they're fake. And my response to people was, dude, if you go to Donald Trump and you run him through this, you're going to see 90% of his followers don't tweet. Why? They're his fans who signed up for Twitter
to follow his tweets.
They follow him, they don't post. So you can't call people fake for that. So it's really difficult to know for sure. That may be true of the New York Times. The New York Times might not be getting retweets because
Everybody
just,
signed up because they had to.
And they like to
Check
well,
read-
no,
in,
no,
they
no,
signed
no,
up.
no.
They like
I
to
don't,
read news.
I don't comment on the New York Times. I follow all these news outlets.
That's true.
I don't
Yeah.
engage. I see the story and I click the link. I'm not going to argue with a news article.
I like, Jack, what you said earlier about it. The real value of these numbers is what is your follower to interactivity ratio.
Rubin ratio.
I in early YouTube, 2006-07, I started noticing you get 1,000 subscribers and you get 8,000 subscribers, but I was only getting like 4,000 views. I'm like, well, where's those other 4,000 people? I wish I had a button where I could have a bunch of accounts unfollow me if they're dead accounts, if they haven't logged in 30 or 60 days. Because I need to schleff that nonsense number. I want an accurate account of who's really there.
Yes. But Ian, I'll give some insights to people who watch this show. We produce this live show. We then produce, I think, between 3 and 5 clips from the show the next day. And then I have 3 clips on 2 different channels. Of those videos, the average subscriber watches 10 per month. So that means if I'm putting up, let's say, 8 clips per day for 31 days, we've got 248 clips or whatever. The average person only sees 10 of them. So when I'm wondering,
The average follower.
the average follower
Right.
only sees about 10 of the clips that I put up every month. So if I have 1.3 million followers on my personal Tim Pool channel, I get 300 or so thousand, 200, 300,000 views. I'm not surprised because of those, people. You can just basically do the math. Some people are diehard fans and they'll watch every video. Some people will watch every other video. Some people watch a video once a week.
Yeah, there's like accounts that haven't logged in 60 days that I'm not interested in having around anymore.
But
I feel like they're bloating my numbers.
But YouTube does delete those.
Sometimes, but I want a button where I can manually do it. I think I'm trying to tell YouTube, put it on there, man. Let people see their real numbers.
I mean, that can be...
You're the only one that wants to see your real numbers.
Can you-
I'm joking. Most people want to see the big
They want the
number.
inflated,
Yeah,
living
sure.
on top of the hill of gold thing. It's like, if you're going to make that actually like social currency, your follower number, then there needs to be some regulations about buying fake stuff.
Yeah.
It's like counterfeiting money and telling everyone you're rich.
Well,
I will-
there is where this comes into an issue is when advertisers come up. Because if you're using bot traffic, and this was and I'm going to be careful about this, the previous owners of Newsweek got in trouble for this because the previous owners, before they were bought out, were using bot traffic to juice their numbers, juke the stats, and then present that to advertisers claiming that they were getting, X amount of traffic, which was completely false.
Well, so back in the day, there was this big scandal around ad rights distribution or ad rights sales. And an ad right was that you could have a website that gets 1,000 views per month. You sell the rights to those views to a bigger network. The network aggregates 50 websites that each get, 1,000 views. And now they say, we get 50,000 views. Technically, that's true. What was happening was there would be a company, and we'll call it Golden Brand. Right? They're the golden brand. They're the hottest brand. They go to an advertiser. Look, we get 50 million views per month on Golden Brand. Now, do you want your product associated with our Golden Brand?
Yeah. 50
Then
million
you
views,
got to
of
pay
course.
for 50 million views. And then what would happen is, 5 million would be on Golden Brand. 5 million would be on clickfarm.garbage. The others would be on ultimateamericanpatriot.info. And what these websites would do is they advertise top 25 celebrities. And then when you click it, it'll show you a celebrity. And in order to see the next picture, you got to click to a new page,
hate that.
turning one person into 25 views that they
that's why
can
they do
then
that.
fluff their numbers up, sell to advertisers. It was a huge scandal.
You always
Everybody
click-
was doing it.
You click those every time, don't you, Tim?
Thank
I
God
click
not
them.
everybody.
Top 25.
And the picture they
celebrity
get you to click
skateboarders.
on isn't in the whole thing.
Right.
But that's why.
That's so aggravating.
Yeah,
You
but they
can
do
go
that.
through the whole thing.
Right, but you're
get you to
one
the end.
person reading
Yes.
one article.
Yes.
But now one article or one page becomes 25 pages or more.
25
But
views.
you just answered the question, maybe. I don't understand all this, and I get approached from time to time, like everybody on the web that has a web page or website, whatever. And people call me and say, can I put your website, you don't mind if I put it on my aggregation site, right? Like, this is good for you, right? I'm like, no, but are they selling to somebody who's buying
Yes.
ads for them that what
So-
your viewers are?
if you'll make a video, and this happens all the time, the Daily Wire publishes an article, someone will just quote the article and then repost it on their blog.
It's called newsjacking.
Right, and they'll do that to try and get clicks and make money off of it.
So what they're doing is in some cases, they might be copying your work wholesale and then wrapping it on their site so that nobody ever actually clicks through to SharylAttkisson.com, but you're reading it on, what Tim is at, clickfarm.garbage. And because they never click through to your site, you don't get any of the ad traffic.
Is it too far off the beaten path for me to mention something about, we're talking about ads. I have a website. It's pretty expensive to maintain. It's just a little thing I do myself. Nothing like the big traffic you guys get, I'm sure. But it gets more expensive as more people visit. So I let Google AdSense put ads on there, rotate them through, make a little money to pay one of my web guys. I got a notice a week ago that said you can no longer use AdSense. And I have violations for factual articles that they want me to take down, but it's not over that. You can no longer use AdSense unless you approve our new terms. And then there's no way to approve the new terms. So I had my web guy look. I said, am I crazy? There's no way to get in to approve the terms to continue using AdSense, to continue collecting off the ads. And the web guy goes in and there is no way to approve the terms. So I'm in effect locked out of the AdSense cycle. There's no one to contact. There's no way to appeal. There's no one who will answer the question. But I feel like there are these sneaky ways, even if you don't, they can't pull you down for blatantly violating something they say you violated. They find other ways to make it pretty impossible to operate.
That sounds like an oversight developmentally, rather than a malicious attack on you. I can't tell, but that's what it sounds like.
I didn't read anywhere that anybody else was. Usually you can Google something like that or search it, and people are saying that happened to me. I have the same problem, and I just don't see other people having it.
I definitely saw a lot of people talking about Google AdSense sending out new terms. I didn't see anybody mentioning that. Maybe if that's a great question, if anyone's in the super chat who's watching or can send anything in. But that does sound like a technical issue. But it reminds me of
Facebook that recently said I had a violation, and then if you click in, there is no violation, and it says if you don't fix it, we're going to take down your page. And you click to appeal, and it says there's too many appeals, we can't consider yours. It's to me anyway, it's a trap that I can't get out of, so I just quit using my professional Facebook page.
Regarding terms of service, this is very important. When a company updates their terms of service and wants you to click accept on them, what they should have to do legally is show you the old terms of service and the new terms of service side by side with highlights of all the changes. So you can click in the areas, go right to the place that's been changed and see exactly what's been changed. Completely unconscionable the way they do it now. Let's change it.
Thanks for checking out this segment from the Timcast IRL podcast. But if you want to check out the full show live, tune in Monday through Friday at 8 p.m. And if you want more special access content, head over to timcast.com and become a member. Your membership helps sustain this company, keep our journalists employed, makes this show happen, and you will get access to exclusive members-only segments of the Timcast IRL podcast, and there's a massive library to check out. So again, go to timcast.com or tune in Monday through Friday at 8 p.m., and we'll see you all there.